Hi, I'm Nancy Javaras with Nancy's Nutrition Inc. And my website is called Nancy's Nutrition Inc. or gutdetoxcoach.com. I specialize in healing of the gut and healing of the body. And I'm very passionate about this because of my personal story. I had ulcerative colitis for 19 years, way back in the 80s and 90s. And I suffered for many, many years. And then finally, I met functional medicine doctors that helped me, and then I was able to heal my body naturally without medication. So I love to help people heal their gut because I know what it's like to not be able to go to the bathroom or digest well or feel well or have good energy or have poor sleep. I had all of those things. So if any of you have any of those issues, I'd love to help you on your healing journey. So if you have bloating or gas or diarrhea, constipation or IBS, if you have fatigue or poor sleep or brain fog, or unstable blood sugars, or unexplained weight gain, or skin issues, or brain fog, please give me a call. I'd love to help you on your healing journey. Or if you have anything going on with your gut, please call me. My clients call me the gut detective, and I'll be able to test you to do functional medicine tests, and then you'll be able to see what's going on in your body. Those are functional diagnostic nutrition tests, and with blood, stool, urine, and saliva. You private pay for them, so they're private pay. And then you can find out what is going on to help you on your healing journey. So did you realize that 70 to 80% of our immune system is in our gut microbiome? And everybody talks about the microbiome today, but what actually is the microbiome? What is the gut microbiome? Well, we're made up of trillions and trillions of cells in our body, but we also have trillions of microbes or bacteria that live on and in our body. They live on our skin, they live in our oral microbiome, in our oral cavity, and they also live in our gut microbiome, in our gut. And those bacteria keep us healthy. They actually send signals and talk to our gut. They talk to our brain. They talk to all our liver and all of our organs in our body to keep us healthy. And they work with our immune system. They're actually part of our immune system. And so 70 to 80% of our immune system is actually that gut bacteria that's in our gut, in that gut microbiome. Isn't that incredible? So bad bacteria is what creates gut dysbiosis, where you have an imbalance in your gut bacteria and too many bad bacteria and not enough good. And we want to have lots and lots of good bacteria that keep us healthy so we can thrive and be healthy. So healthy gut microbes send alert signals to the gut and the brain if they sense we have pathogens down there in the gut or heavy metals, like, for example, lead, mercury, arsenic, calcium, things like that could be in the gut causing issues, or infections. A lot of people have hidden infections in the gut and they don't even know it. Or parasites. A lot of people think that you have to travel outside the country to get parasites. That's definitely not true. Many Americans are running around with parasites today and they don't even realize it. So parasites are very bad because they steal the nutrients from the food we're eating, and then we're really tired and we don't get the nutrition that our body needs. And many people have them and don't realize it. And then also you could have fungal overgrowth and not know it. Or mold. Have you ever lived in a moldy apartment, condo, or home? Did you ever have a leaky basement in your house? I did growing up. I didn't know that I was storing mold and mycotoxins in my gut, possibly since childhood. So if you've ever lived in a moldy place, you really should get my gut detox, do my gut detox program and find out what is going on in your gut. Or you could have endogenous toxins or exogenous toxins, which are from outside the body. It could be, for example, you could have all kinds of chemicals that are from landscaping or paint or anything. Any of those toxins from outside the body can cause harm. So that's why we want to really focus on our gut microbes. And that's what we're talking about today is the gut microbiome and how it affects our overall health. So what is gut dysbiosis? Well, that's where there's an imbalance in the gut bacteria. So we're supposed to have 85% good bacteria and then only 15% bad or neutral. And that's supposed to be the ratios for a healthy gut. But many people today have a reverse ratio, which means we have way too much bad bacteria that causes inflammation, it can cause pain, it can cause symptoms anywhere in the body. And so these symptoms can cause and affect our overall health, so we don't feel well. So, poor gut health can manifest symptoms all over the body. It can cause poor digestion. So, you can wind up with bloating or burping or heartburn or IBS or constipation or wind up with food sensitivities. And you can see from this diagram that the gut is connected to all organs of the body, including the brain. So, it's very, very important. And also, it can affect detoxification of the liver. The liver can get congested, and you can have weight gain like belly fat, fatigue, high blood pressure, poor sleep, skin issues, or food sensitivities. All of these things can be happening from poor digestion and also poor gut health. And also, it can cause a sluggish colon where you have constipation or diarrhea or both. One day you have constipation, the next day you have diarrhea. I lived that way for 19 years, and I know what it's like. So if you have that, please call me. Or if you have toxic colon, you have so many toxins in your colon because you've been backed up for so long. Or you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or CFO, which is small intestinal fungal overgrowth, and more. All those can be caused from a sluggish colon and poor gut health. Also, it can be related to brain issues where all of a sudden you have brain fog. You used to remember everything, and now all of a sudden you have that brain cramp or brain fog going on, saying, what's happening to me? I used to be really smart and really sharp. It could be from the gut causing that. Or you have toxins or mold or heavy metals or lack of concentration. Moodiness can be from gut health too, or irritability. Maybe you're usually a really, really nice person, but now you get very irritable just if somebody even drops a pencil. So that can be from gut health too, can be. Also, anxiety or depression. There's many reasons for that, but one of them can be gut health because there's a very strong gut brain connection. And also hormones. If your hormones are unbalanced, you just don't feel well. For example, I had cortisol exhaustion where I had total fatigue all day long and all night long. I would sleep for 12 hours a night and still wake up exhausted the next day. Why does that happen? If you're in a stressful situation for a very long time and with no let up, that's when that can happen because I was in too long of the fight or flight response. Also, your sex hormones can be unbalanced. For example, estrogen. If you could have too low estrogen causing symptoms or too high estrogen causing symptoms, which is estrogen dominance, which a lot of men and women have today, and I can help with that. Or you have progesterone, low or high, or testosterone, low or high. So hormones can affect how we feel and our moods and our sex drive, and they can also be related to our gut health. So do you see here how gut health is really, really integral related to our digestion, detox, colon, brain issues, and hormones? So poor digestion causes poor gut health. Why? Because you're supposed to be digesting your food well by chewing it well. Everybody should be chewing their food 30 to 50 times per bite, and not many people are doing that. But when you chew your food properly, then you're okay. You're breaking down the food and getting the nutrition from it. But if you don't chew your food properly, you can wind up with bloating, heartburn, constipation, burping, IBS, even food sensitivities. All of those things are signs of poor digestion. Or maybe you're chewing your food well, but you're not breaking it down well because you might not be producing enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach, or you might not be producing enough digestive enzymes. And it could be that you have an infection going on in your stomach, which I test for that too. So there's so much information about the gut health that you really want to know. There could be all these hidden things going on that you don't know about that are creating symptoms for you and affecting your health. Poor gut health creates poor liver detoxification also. And poor liver detox means your liver's congested and it's not able to process out all those toxins from the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. Yes, the liver's in charge of doing all that, and it can't do it if it's congested. You might have weight gain, especially in the belly, or fatigue, or high blood pressure, or poor sleep, or skin issues, or food sensitivities. All these can be related to poor liver detox and poor gut health. Also, poor gut health can create constipation, which I know about that. I had that for 19 years. So it's horrible. And anybody that's living with it, I really feel for you. I know what it's like, and I can help you. I know what tests to do to try to look at what is happening in your gut that could be causing this. So, sluggish colon, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, toxic colon, irritable bowel syndrome, which is IBS, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, otherwise known as SIBO. That's when small microbes and bad bacteria are overgrowing in your small intestine. Or you could have fungal overgrowth, which could happen in the small intestine too, and that's CFO. All of these things can be related to constipation and poor gut health. So what are some tips right now that you can do right now to improve your gut health and your gut microbiome? Well, some of the things are to avoid all junk food and fast food because it is a lack of nutrients to feed the good bacteria. Also, avoid sugar. Why? Because sugar feeds all bacteria and then they multiply. The bad bacteria love sugar and they actually make you crave it. So, if you're one of those listening to this podcast and you crave sugar, that could be the reason. So, call me. I'd love to help you out with that to get your microbiome balanced so you don't have those sugar cravings. I've helped many, many, many people with that issue. And then toxic hydrogenated oils you want to avoid, like canola oil, palm oil, corn oil, and more. And then avoid pesticides and herbicides on your food because it can have glyphosate, which is actually Roundup that people put on their lawns. It's a very strong pesticide and it can cause many issues in the gut. Also, if you have gut issues, avoid gluten because gluten can be an inflammatory food to the gut in the gut walls. Also, avoid heavy metals in the food, air, water, and also teeth. So make sure that you don't put in silver amalgam fillings in your teeth because that has 50% mercury in them. And also avoid meats with antibiotics and hormones. So choose organic pasture raised and pasture finished beef, artificial colors, flavors, and sweeteners. And avoid alcohol and recreational drugs because that harms the gut microbiome. And avoid chemicals in hair care, skin care, and cosmetics. So you can check on ewg.org, which is environmentalworkinggroup.org, and they have all kinds of information on the testing they've done for hair care, skin care, cosmetic products, and also on foods to test for different parabens and different harmful substances in skincare and food. So check out that website or call me because I can do a test to look at your total toxic load and see what toxins you have in your body that could be causing symptoms. It's a simple urine test. It's easy. You can do it right in your home. I get the results and then I call you and then we go over it together. And then I come up with a healing protocol. It's so easy. Now, what are some tips to improve your gut health? What things can you eat? I've talked about what you can't, but when can you eat or do you want to focus on? Always eat organic, non-genetically modified foods. Look for that certified USDA organic label. If it doesn't have that label, don't buy it. And if it doesn't have the non-genetically modified label, don't buy it. That means it could have harmful substances in it and wasn't created from nature. So you want to eat 8 to 10 organic vegetables per day. Again, certified organic. And always have some leafy greens every day, have some sprouts, have broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. All of those have a lot of sulfur in them, which is very good and very healing for the gut and also the liver, unless you have a food sensitivity. That's why I always like to do that food sensitivity test with my clients, because I don't want to be recommending even eating a vegetable and then they have a sensitivity to it at this point in their healing journey. Also, shiitake mushrooms, onions, peppers, beets, and more. Also, I highly recommend organic herbs like oregano, rosemary, garlic, thyme, and more. Those are all excellent herbs as long as you don't have a food sensitivity to it. Again, do you see why I like to take that test? I want to make sure that my clients know exactly what they have a food sensitivity to, so they're not unknowingly eating something that should be healthy, but for them it's causing some inflammation. So eat high fiber vegetables and eat some of them raw every day. And eat organic fruits with high fiber like apples, berries, and mangoes. I'll tell you a quick story. When I went to become an FDN and I wound up having to do all the tests and I did a food sensitivity test, I was sensitive to berries, raspberries. I had eaten raspberries every single solitary day. I love raspberries. They're usually a very healing food and healthy food, but not for me at that point in my healing journey when I still had leaky gut. So that's just something, that's my personal story. So I wanted to share it so you realize how important it is to get tested. At FDN, we always say test, don't guess. And it's so true. And then you can also eat organic fresh pressed olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil. Those are all healthy oils. And eat foods or supplements with enzymes to break down the food so you can absorb the nutrients from the food you're eating. Again, this is targeted supplements and targeted enzymes depending upon what your test results show up. And eat fermented foods that feed the good bacteria in your GI tract, but not if you have candida or fungal overgrowth in your gut. Again, that's why it's important to be tested. And reduce stress in your body by prayer or deep belly breathing before meals. Why? Because that puts your body into digestion and detox mode in your nervous system. It relaxes the nervous system so you can digest your food well. I know all over the world with every religion, they always pray before eating their food to connect to God, whoever their God is, and that's awesome and a great habit. But also, when anybody's in a grateful mood, it calms and quiets the nervous system. So then they can be in a rest and digest mode, and they'll be able to digest their foods much better. And so that's interesting. Or deep belly breathing is another way to calm down the nervous system too. And we want to reduce stress on a daily basis because we all live in such a high stress world today. And so you can do that by doing yoga, Tai Chi, meditation, prayer, walking in nature, tapping, sound therapy, EFT. There's many different ways to do it, and everybody has their own way. As long as you're doing something every day to reduce that stress, because stress is not good for healing the gut. So that was just a quick little mini class on how the gut health affects your overall health. And if you have any of those issues, again, with poor digestion, elimination, fatigue, brain fog, poor sleep, poor energy, please give me a call. I would love to help you on your healing journey and love to do the testing for you. The way the test works is I order them, you pay for them privately. It's private pay only. And then I get the test results, and then we go from there. And I give you a healing protocol and help you every step of the way so you can heal your body and get back into balance in your microbiome and balance in the systems of your body. And that's what I do as an FDNP. And I'd love to help you. Please call me for a free discovery call at 508-527-4149. Again, that's 508-527-4149.